afternoon everyone, I hope you're all well. Thank you for joining me in studio today. Yes, the weather is pants, isn't it? Thank you for joining me in studio. I know it's wet, it's cold, the heating's now on, but we're not going to be depressed by it. We've got our lovely crafty friends and our lovely crafty stash to keep us all going. So welcome to the live studio. For those of you who maybe don't know who I am or are tuning in for the first time, my name is Toni and I'm a guest presenter on Create and Craft, and I just love to craft, as you lovely people do at home, and that's why you tune in every time we're live. I'm just hoping that the inspiration in studio you take away with you and you create something amazing too. And then it's just that big turning circle where we all inspire each other and create. And if it puts a smile on my face, your face, everyone's face, then we're all happy. If you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to click the subscribe button. This will let you know when we're live, what's going on, if we've put any quick pick videos on for you. All that good stuff. You're never going to miss a show. And there is a little HD button there too that might give you a better viewing experience if you get the buffering circle, so click that one too. And there is a bell as well. The little bell will flash along on your phone or your little tablet and let you know when we're live as well. So hello Linda, Pat Pepper, Tracy, Sheena, Joe, lots of you on today. It's lovely to see you all. I did see, I think it was Jackson surname, saying first time she's ever caught it live today. Welcome to the family, sweetheart. It is lovely when it's live because you get to interact with your lovely crafty friends too, and me of course. So lots to tell you about today. I'm sorry I couldn't do studio on Monday, we've got a lot going on. Hi Marilyn Walton, that might have been the new name. So I've got lots going on here at the craft store and shop and offices here at Wakefield. We are having some more updates done to our building. We've taken some more space, which is causing problems. No, it's not. We have to obviously have electrics moved and doors put in, and we're having pretty fences put around our building, and we need lots of nice flowers and, you know, all the good stuff that needs doing. I like everything to look nice and presentable. So I'm sorry about Monday studio. The lights were on, the lights were off, the computers were on, they were off. So it just was going to be a little bit unpredictable as to whether we would be able to do the studio without potentially getting terminated halfway through. So we're here today anyway, and everyone's saying hi Nathan, so Nathan is also saying hi back. So welcome everybody. What a change from last week, I know. Sunny, now raining. So a couple of things to tell you about then. And it's all gone. So in last Facebook Live, if you remember, I did say to you what we're going to do is, due to the current circumstances, i.e. the pandemic and things sort of like that belt tightening a little bit, you know, going back to how we were before, we're going to start doing challenges. And I did tell you to watch out for the newsletter on Saturday. That was absolutely my mistake. It's this Saturday. Just a week early. But what we're going to do is we're going to send out some challenges for you to get involved with, and then if you post your makes on the Eureka fan page, we will be picking some winners. And it's just a distraction from maybe not being able to go out if you are shielding, or maybe not being able to see that loved one that you like to put your arms around every week, and now we're not allowed again. So it's just a little bit of a distraction. We got through the last 12 weeks, didn't we? 12 weeks, 15, 20 weeks actually. We got through those, so I'm certain that as a family, as a craft family on here, whether it be via challenges or newsletters or giveaways, we will get through it, okay? And you know that if you want to chat with anybody, there are a lot of ladies on here who already chat to most anyway, and make lots of cards in studio. Sorry, make lots of cards on the Eureka fan page, and you can get lots of inspiration on there. So don't be alone if you are alone. We are all here as a family to help each other. So a quick question then, Gail. Unfortunately the foam pads are out of stock, and I did save some for myself, put them on the side. What do you think happened? No, Dean went and packed them for a customer, so I don't even have any myself. Story of my life, I tell you. So they've gone. I have ordered some more. Hopefully they will be here tomorrow or the day after. I will keep you all posted on that one. So you've got to be quick, unfortunately. And I had lots as well. Who'd have thought? Foam pads. You know, as soon as I land, we'll pop it back in a newsletter and let you all know. So a couple of other things I need to tell you about. Claire's with you live in studio tomorrow, and Claire's done a fantastic thing You might have seen the newsletter. If you haven't subscribed to our newsletter, probably now's a good time to do it. All you need to do is go to the website, go down the left-hand side, pop your email address in there, and you'll get all the notifications when we're doing like buy one, get one frees, product of the weeks, challenges, all that stuff that you're probably missing out on if you're not. It's free, you know, and we don't bombard you with buy. There is lots of emails sent with inspirational videos, downloadable step-by-steps. If you want to buy, brilliant, but the content is more than just buying the product, so it's a bit more, it's, you know, to keep you busy. So so Claire's in tomorrow, and Claire has asked me to show you the 5 stamps that she's honouring the dies on. So basically, if you were to buy any of these 5 stamps, she is giving the die away for free. So we have You're Invited, which is this one, and the die will be in the back should she send it out. We have this one, which is Born Beautiful. The die is in the back. So if you are interested in any of the products, all you need to do is go to my website, pop FBL into the search engine, and all of the Thirsty Brush products that are in there, the dies will be sent if you buy the stamp. She's going to be doing some demos on these tomorrow. I mean, some of these are bestsellers. This was a bestseller, Special Day. The die in the back, this one as well. So From the Heart, nice blooms, and then we have Thyme and Mint, and I think she's going to demo this one on Sunday. So if you are interested in any of those products, you buy the stamp and you get the £17 die for free. So I just thought I'd let you know about that one. What else have I got to tell you about? So unfortunately the pads have gone. We have our brand new grey top folding note cards. So 2 weeks ago we launched red, which were these fabulous ones, and you know, if you bought the red, the quality is impeccable. The envelope is so thick, and they have been bespoke made, so they fit seamlessly within that envelope. The colour is exactly the same colour, no messing around, and you know that you can create a beautiful card that's going to have a beautiful envelope. So the red ones are on there from 2 weeks ago. We have the white, so if you do like your top folding note cards, we have the black, sorry I'm not in shot there, black, and now we are doing the grey. So a lovely tone of grey. It's soft, but it's not too dark and it's not too light, and they're top folding and they fit beautifully within the bespoke coordinating envelope in there. So if you do like presentation, and it's a lovely envelope too, then you can get these ones too. So we're going to be launching colours every few weeks. So we did white, black, we did red, and then this time we've got grey. So there you go, we're getting a nice collection. The reason why people don't do the top folding note cards is there is a lot of waste. When they make the cards, there's so much waste, but I think it's worth it, don't you, for a nice card. Shouldn't really say that, should I? But, and the matching envelope is just a given. Who buys card blanks where envelopes are white and your card's black? Oh, come on. So you've got that option there too if you do like those as well. And they're in FBL2. So let's craft. That's why you've all come. Have you all got your cup of tea or your cup of coffee? A nice hot coffee, keep us all going, hey? So in today's studio, we're going to use some of our earlier products. So most of you have probably got these. They are 5x7 top folding, so the crease is at the top. I'll just show you that now, just in case you're wondering. So the crease is at the top, not the side like a traditional. It stands like a tent fold, like so. Okay, hope that helps. Teal, Adele, the teal is coming soon. So I'm going to be using these lovely deboss nesting dies, rectangles. Now this is an A4 set, they are huge. I'm going to be using some of the smaller ones in here today. I'm going to be using our lovely daisy from a couple of weeks ago, and I'm going to be using the lovely petunia aperture as well. So a lot going on. I'm going to be using some of our acrylic sprays, and I'm also going to be using some of Claire's lovely embossing glitters too. So I've got it all going on today. Pushing the boat out today, hey. So where do we start? Okay, let's cut this aperture, this petunia aperture. So this is a 5x7, and I'm going to use it so it cuts in the page, and I'm going to show you why I'm going to leave it in the page in a second. So it comes with the outline die if you want to take it out of the page. I think a lot of you have got these, haven't you? They got dispatched really, really quickly this time, didn't they? So I think most of you may have them now. Just tap that. So what we're going to do, first of all, is we're going to be a little bit creative. We're going to use the die. I'm just going to pop it on this piece of white cardstock here. Just going to tape it down, and we're going to cut it into this white cardstock. I'm not using the outline today though, just the inner part. Just set that aside. So I'm just going to grab my cutting plates. Oops. Wasn't taped down very well, was it? Just grab my cutting plate. So let's pop this on our plate here. Just move it down a little bit, and then we'll just run this through. So I've already got one cut. Oh, my machine didn't like that. Such a funny onion, my machine, you know. Sometimes it likes my work, sometimes it doesn't. Let's try again when it stops. Try again. Hopefully this time. So hopefully this has cut nicely. Here's when I've cut ahead of time. You can see it's not straight, but it's really not important that it's not straight, and you'll see why in a second. Right, so I'm being asked, can you please do some, she loves flowers, but could you please do some mail cards at some point, maybe using old stencils? Well, I can do that, but very soon we have somebody coming in studio that's going to be able to help out a little bit more better with that area of business, should we say, than me. I'm not giving anything away, but gents cards, and it is a gentleman too, is going to be in studio crafting. So you're going to have inspiration every day of the week. I'm not saying anything else. So let's just pop out these bits. If you pop out these bits like so, let me just show you something. Where's my poke tool? And you're thinking, oh gosh, it hasn't cut in the middle. Not very well anyway. Poke out the bits that have cut. So concentrate on the ones that have cut and are popping out relatively easy. So just pop out the ones that have cut. And the ones that haven't, let's just move this out of the way. So when you come to cut a die, I get asked quite often about this. It probably 90% of the time, probably even more, it's not the company's die that hasn't cut, okay? Because they're all made of a sufficient grade that they will cut. All I will say to you is it's probably either the cardstock, so if it's got a lot of chalk content, it might not cut through. It might be my die cutting machine because in the centre it hasn't got that even cut. You know, it probably will not be your die, and that's for any brand. There is a level required for your die cuts. So it's probably the cardstock you're trying to cut into. So what I do is if that doesn't come out, I'm not going to faff and try and tear it out and make a mess of my work. I'm just going to pop the die back in place, and I'm just going to move it around until it grabs back in place. Can you see that? Now it's not moving. So I'm just going to take that in back onto my cardstock there, and instead of maybe cutting it the same way as I did before, I'm just going to twist it around on my plate, and fingers crossed it will do it on the second pass. And again, it goes down to thickness of cardstock. I think this is only a 250 GSM, but it is just a regular everyday cardstock. So let's see how we get on with this one. But here is one I've cut, and I do need two because we're going to do 2 cards today. Oh, come on, machine. If all else fails, have a drink of coffee. Just wait till it thinks about it again. Shall I pop it on a little angle? Let's try again. Fingers crossed. Do you think my machine knows the weather is pants outside? Oh.
So Lamination Plus basically is like the layering, is it going to cut? Oh, it looks like it's gone through this time, oh, thank goodness. Lamination Plus is basically like the lamination element of our stamps, you know, the two-part stamps. So they give a realistic watercolour finish. I don't have anything to hand to really show you it, sweetheart. But basically lamination is our two-part layering stamp, which gives you a very loose watercolour image, and it does look like you've painted it. And if it says Lamination Plus on the stencils, then you're going to get a watercolour finish if you use the same sort of concept or idea behind it. So I hope that helps. We have a new launch of lamination coming soon, so I'll try and explain it a little bit better when I do the launch, but I do encourage you to go back and see the videos where we've got lamination. I always talk through the concept because I appreciate there's brand new viewers every single day. So maybe go back and find one that says lamination on there, and you'll probably be able to see exactly what I'm talking about. So I've run that through for the second time, and fingers crossed, hopefully, there we go, look, it's cut this time. So just pop out all of those pieces. So don't frustrate yourself thinking, oh, it's the die, it's the die. It's not. It's 9 times out of 10 what you're trying to cut on. It might be a machine. There we go. So there's all the detail in there. It's a beautiful die is this one. So let's get rid of this cutting plate for now. And let's be a little bit creative. So I'm just going to grab some tissue. The reason why I've left them in the cardstock is because if I'd have left them out, if I'd have taken them out, they'd be sticking to my fingers, they'd be getting everywhere. So if you are going to try this technique, leave them in the card and then we'll snip them away after. So this one's going to go on here, look. We're doing 2 at the same time. So I'm just going to move this over so we can see one there. Let's just cut it down actually so I can get them both in shot for you. So if you do not have any Stamps by Me products, please don't switch off. You don't have to have our products to watch the show and get the inspiration. You might have a brand, another die that's similar to this from another brand, where you'll be able to take the inspiration away with you and create the same thing. So let's just pop this one on here again with my scissors. What have I done with my scissors? Trying to read and do 2 things at the same time. You know, I'm not very good at multitasking, and I honestly do think I need to go and get my eyes tested too. My work is quite wonky of late. I don't fancy the idea of popping contact lenses in, messing with my eyes though, unfortunately, and I don't think I'd be able to suit glasses. I have worn glasses in the past and didn't really like them, so watch this space. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use a sticky ink pad, and I have a crystal clear embossing ink here for one, and then on the other one I thought maybe we could mix it up a little bit and use 3 bright and breezy colours. So we've got Claire's lovely colours here, so let's just show you what I've got here. I've got country green embossing powder, so we're going to go with this one. I have Seafoam, which is a blue, and I'm just going to try and do a bit of a random emboss on this one. And then this one is Tutti Frutti, which is a lovely corally pink colour. But first of all, let's do our lovely clear one. So the reason I've kept it in the frame is so we can do this. So it's not going to be flopping all over, causing me heartache and pain. So I'm making sure I'm just getting that focal part of that image. And what this is going to do is it's going to make my card look like glossy, you know, like the photo paper, really, really glossy and pretty. And if it doesn't emboss quite as I'd like on the first occasion, then we'll just do it again, you know, add the ink on again. And so let's pop this on top of here. Let's add this clear. Let's just tip this back into here. Oops. Try not to get it all over, hey. And then pop it back on, and then where areas that I've missed, there we go. I think we're pretty
much good to go there. So I've got a nice clear, it won't be clear at the moment and you won't really be able to see it, but when we heat set it, it'll go glossy. I'll just set that aside, put this back in here. So that's the lovely clear one. Move this one out of the way. And then let's do this one. So exactly the same, but you must make sure you put your powders back into your page so you don't contaminate the colours, okay? So let's ink it up first. Nice and sticky. And then let's go pink first. So I'm just going to tap some pink in random places, not all over. So you can see there we've got that pink in random places. So then we need to put this pink back. Whoops! Oh gosh, silly me. Let's pop this pink back. We will come back to that pink, big pile of pink. Now let's go blue. You can see the blues, sorry, there we go, the blues stuck in places too. Let's not spill the blue one this time, Toni. And then we have our green. And it doesn't matter if you put the green all over because the embossing powder underneath will, the one that's underneath is the one that will stick. So let's get that green on there and shake it off. I'll just take it off the page, give it a flick, and then we can see we've got this pretty, pretty design on there, which is, don't flick too hard though because you'll flick your powder off, like I just did there. So let's just make sure we get a bit of that green on there. Like so. So you've got that pretty, pretty design. When we heat set it, you'll be able to see exactly what's going on. So let's just put this green back. So don't forget to put each colour back as you go, or else you're going to end up with a pile of green, blue and pink all mixed. Let's pop the lids on. Right. Let me just get some card under my mat here just to grab this embossing powder. Covered in glitter when I picked my son up from school. So let's heat set this one. So get your gun hot. So we have 2 to go at. Let's just have that other one too. Yes, we will be getting it back in stock, Dorothy. And as soon as it lands, I will send it out in a newsletter. So my gun's really hot. Let's do this clear one first, hey? So you're probably not going to see until I hold it up because it is clear, but it's just going to give me a lovely glossy finish on this embellishment here. So it's just that extra bit of texture. And I'll show you in a second without burning my fingers. front. Make sure I've got it all. We did the 2mm ones as well, Carol, but they sold out as well. As soon as they land, I'll load them back on. So I don't know if the camera will pick this up at all, but it is glossy. And you might just catch it, but you will see it on the card, hopefully, or the photography at the end. It just gives that different sheen on the front of my card rather than just white cardstock. So that's my shiny one. And let's do the sparkly one. The sticky ink pad is an embossing ink pad, yes. It's one of Claire's, and you can buy a re-inker for it. That's why I like it, because I just keep hydrating it and it's good to go. So this is given like a lovely texturised image. It's beautiful. I'm super excited about this one. So don't be scared to mix up your embossing powders. This is like a rainbow card, it's beautiful. I'm just chasing that powder as it changes. So you can see now why I left the design in the card, because trying to emboss this with sticky fingers and everything jumping all over, it's a bit of a nightmare. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it away from my card and I'll have a beautiful, hopefully a beautiful embellishment. So let's just get rid of all this. Let's just tidy my station a bit because it's getting a little bit chaotic. So I'm just going to grab my scissors here. I'm just going to snip this design away. World's biggest scissors. Just see if I've got some smaller ones. I'm just going to snip the parts that I want away from the design here, and I will tidy them up. I'll round them off so they look pretty. So you can see how pretty is that? Looks really. How do you re-ink the ink pad? Okay, just 1 second. Just cutting this away. So we have our two pieces. I might not use that now, I've snipped it away, but you can still use these things. So that's that one. Let's just snip this one away from here. So this is the one with the glossy, with the clear. So let's make sure we keep this as a one design then this time. Let's just snip it down, look, there we go. Try and do it without making a mess. So there we go. So you've got this beautiful glossy design, and then we've got this beautiful beautiful rainbow design. And this one's super sparkly, I love this one. So let's go and make our lovely card. So let me just see if I have my re-inker with me. So here is my re-inker, and here is my pad. And all I do is I just give it a zigzag on top, give it a squeeze, wait till it comes through, give it a squeeze, and let it settle for 5 to 10 minutes, turn it around the other way, push it into that foam. And give it 5 or 10 minutes to settle. Good to go. So we do send emails every other day or so, Sheila. So do you want to just do it again and just try again? and see if anything comes through. It could be a case of it's going into your spam or something like that. So have a look, sweetheart. If you have any problems, just email us. Right, so let's create a card. So with my lovely rectangle dies here, I have got 2 and I'm going to create myself a pretty border. So I have some black cardstock and I'm going to spray the acrylic spray through the stencil onto this black. If it shows, brilliant. If it doesn't, we'll try something else. Okay. And this is a great thing about playing with your stash, isn't it? You're never going to know unless you actually pick it up and give it a twirl. So let's get this piece of black cardstock on here. Now it is important that we get this centre part straight because I'd like my frame to at least look straight. So I'm just going to take some tape and I'm just going to sit that centre part in there straight as I can. Like so. And run it through. So just set these aside for now. Our cards should come together then. So like I've always said, if you're making 3 cards, if you're making 1 card, make 3. You've got all your stash out. Will the daisy stencil be coming back in stock? Christine, it is in stock. I made sure before I came live. You just need to look under stencil, sweetheart, they are there. Or if you want a quick search, go to FBL on the website, Foxtrot Bravo Lima, and you will see all the products that we use all the time in studio. So I'm just setting these aside. And as you can see, those dies leave that lovely stitched and that embossed detail around my frame. So I'm going to be using this. Hopefully my acrylic spray will show. If it doesn't, we're just going to go for the texture. So let's just bring in our lovely piece of tissue here and this, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay the stencil over, so I'll catch some of the detail on the side, hopefully. So I'm just going to take the spray, give it a twirl. Now if you haven't got our sprays, that's absolutely fine, you will have some sprays. If you haven't got sprays, make your own spray bottles with a little bit of water, some mica powder. I'm just giving this a nice and I think it's going to work, hopefully. So just give that a second to settle. And then hopefully we'll have a little bit of a daisy design across the outer part of our frame. Oh, we have, look at that. Very nice. The other way you can do these as well is, you see the ink that's on this stencil, you could put a piece of card onto there now and you'd have the reverse. Shall we just do that? Let's just move this one out of the way for now, because that is going to be part of my card, but let's just grab a piece of black if we have one. Or a piece of white. Oh, I've got a piece of white. Let's just go white, see if it'll work. So just get this piece of white and pop it on top, look, and hopefully you could get the reverse. So 2 cards for the price of 1, hey? There we go, look, can we see that there? So you could trim that down. And we might actually do that if my other card doesn't go to plan. There's always a plan B, hey? So let's just set this aside. And this one. Got a very messy station at the moment, so I'm just going to dry this off a little bit. And now what I'm going to do is just grabbing my stuff, sorry. excuse me. So the inner part, that's come out of our design. Just keep a tidy station. I find it really difficult to work when I'm working on a postage stamp. So I'm just going to clean this off a little bit. And then the centre part that goes into here, I'm going to take the same stencil, even though it's got spray on it, it should be absolutely fine. I'm going to pop the design. I'm going to try and get this lovely daisy design, but I'm just going to push it up here a little bit, just simply because, maybe, actually, let's have a look. Let's do this. Simply because when we come to put our artwork down the side, I would still like to see some of the daisy design in the back, but what we're going to do this time is I'm just going to use a white ink pad. So this will be in gold, but the recess will be in white. So hopefully this white will show. So I'm just pop that stencil down and let's just pop some white through here. Pop it back in place, there we go. And this is going to give like a ghost print, which is going to look cool. And it's going to look really cool against our lovely embossed image, our embossed die cut, whether that be the coloured one or the white one, we'll decide after. Make sure it's in place, or else we're going to end up with just a blurred image here. And when you take it away, you end up with this gorgeous, gorgeous like silhouette design on there. Very, very pretty. So let's just move this one out of the way. So I'm just trying to find some pads here. So let's start putting this card together. So we're going to pop our frame on first. I think this would make a great gents card, to the lady that was asking about gents cards. These pads are not the big pads, they are, I think these are 1mm. I do like the 1mm pads, probably 2mm pads, but it's personal preference. And we are getting, there will be some more hopefully here tomorrow. So I'm taking the pads off as we go, save myself a little bit of time. So no matter what you've got in your stash, you will have stencils, you will have paint, you will have dyes. So don't be scared to post your mates on our Eureka fan page. Whatever you've used, we really do not mind. And then last one. Sorry, I'm just going to have to stand up, lean over. Got a little pad peeking out there. Get back in. So we have our lovely outer design there. And then our ghost image is going to slot back in the centre. Can we see that there? So, but I'm just going to put this one flat so we've got definition in our design. See that there? Stick that in there like that. So that looks really pretty, doesn't it? Looks like a vintage frame. And then we're just going to take our design. So this is probably going to hide most of. So that is a little bit big, so I'm going to take some of it away. So I'll take this part away first and we'll see how we do. Let's take a little bit more away. And just because the designs are built this way doesn't mean they have to stay that way. There we go. So let's go ahead and put this one on. Now I'm just going to give it a little bit of texture with my hand. I'm just going to stick it to the outer frame so it looks like it's got a bit of dimension on there. She says, and then she goes and glues it on the wrong side. Never mind. And this is really glossy, it looks really, really pretty. And maybe the part that we cut away, you can extend the design should you wish and add it back in if you want to. It's personal preference. Cut it away, add make the design a little bit unique if you want to. There are no rules. Can we see that? There we go. So you can see that lovely spray around there, giving that sort of gilded effect. This is glossy, and then you've got that lovely white silhouette design in the back. So I'm going to leave that one as is because we're ticking on for time, but you get the idea. You know, you can do these in any colourways. I've just decided to do them in quite a grungy colour today, but you can do them in any colour. So let's go ahead and do our second design. So what I'm going to do, again, is I just need another piece of black. Black cardstock, where are you? Here we go. And what I'm going to do is cut another frame, but I'm going to just not cut a frame this time, I'm just going to cut a panel, okay? So let's just grab our cutting machine. So I just need the panel to come out of the page on this one. So I just run this one through. Just move all my stuff to one side. So you can see there, I'll just move it out of the way. It's just, this is not for anyone's benefit, this is for Nathan's benefit should he wish to edit it later. And whilst that's running through, I'm just grabbing a piece of nice gold mirror board. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a lovely frame for this piece here. So these dies are really, really pretty in the sense that you get the lovely stitch and deboss line. Just think it adds dimension to your work. Just get rid of this for now. So I'm just going to create myself a gold matten layer. I'm just going to mark it with my finger and quickly cut this down. I just feel like I don't want my panel to be floating. So if you don't want floating panels, a good way to get around your floating panels is with great matten layers. So I need my stencil design back, and again we're going to do that lovely ghost design on there. So let's pop this on here, look. Shall we get a little bit of a different design this time? Shall we get this one? And I'm going to use the white again. And the white that I'm using, if you are interested, is this one. I'm not sure if it's on our web, if it's sold out or not. You might already have it, or you might have a lovely white that works. But this is the one I'm using, so just get this white onto here. So I just want that lovely like silhouette to come through. There we go, so you get that lovely like daisy definition on there. And then let's pop this onto this gold. So there's lots of videos using the sprays, and I've used them again today, and there are 2 videos using the pigments as well. I will try and use them more if needed, but I do encourage you to go back and look through the videos. It's normally in the write-up, or they are normally captured in the picture so you can find them. It's really difficult to try and do absolutely everything, but I do my best. So there we go. Can we see that there? See, absolutely gorgeous. And here we have our lovely grey top folding note card. Really, really different. Love these. And I think I like them because, you know, we should not be governed by things being out of reach for us. I love a good envelope. I love things to match, and I love I love quality. And I know that if I send you a card and you're going to be like, this is incredible, and this is before I've even opened it. And it's lovely to have them. Do you buy a card from shop and have to have that matching envelope? If it's white, it's like, no, it has to be coloured, it has to match. So you can see how that grey works with everything, absolutely everything. So I know I'm onto a winner with these grey ones because they work with everything. And then our lovely coloured design, I'm just going to pop over this side. Can we see there? And we're just going to need a few sentiments, but I think I'll have to add those after for the picture. You could put it straight in the centre if you want to, but I do like things offset. I know people don't like things offset, it plays with people's minds, but I am a bit off the centre kind of girl. So I'm just going to give that a second to grab. And that just needs a sentiment, tucking in or adding on top of, in a panel maybe, and I will do it after show and post it on the picture. So there you go, 2 different cards using embossing, clear and coloured, sprays, stencils. So let's stand them up for you, hey. Sentiments to follow. Which do you like the best, guys? Which do you like the best? You'll have to let me know. Both pretty much. Is that grey one straight? Is it straight? Oh. No, I'm being told it's not straight. My eyes, I tell you, I'm so sorry. Oh, thank you everyone. I hope you've enjoyed those. So do have a play with the products that you've got in your stash, you know, whether it be mine or not. Don't forget, Claire is with you tomorrow at 1 o'clock, and she'll be putting a pre-record together for you live on Sunday using those stamps and dies, where she's giving the die away for free as well, which is a great opportunity if you are on a budget. Oh, here's a card, look. Here's one that Victoria did. This was actually my inspiration. So here's another one, look, all in white with a green spray. Very, very pretty design. So there we go. I hope you have a lovely afternoon stroke evening. Stay safe, stay cosy. It's raining, so get your fire on, put your eating on, and get all cuddled up with your family. Have a lovely one, guys, and I'll see you all later. Take care. Bye.